Howdy folks, this is the Skiing Guru with my review of the Stargate Universe episode Season 2, Episode 6, Trial and Error. I'm going to say right off, I thought this was another excellent episode that managed to combine drama and action and had a really good twist at the end. This episode was sort of hyped up as you see the alien ships coming attacking Destiny. Slightly disappointing that was all a dream and ultimately had no real consequence on the story. It was all Young basically experiencing major spoilers here, a simulation constructed by Destiny. That's kind of cool, I guess, that Destiny is able to do stuff like that. But it's kind of sad that the producers sort of copped out here and didn't really make an episode. The consequences aren't really there. Basically, all the episode proved at the end was that Colonel Young, is really not cut out to lead the expedition, the mission on Destiny. We saw that at the end where Rush actually gets Destiny to jump again. So overall, while I'm kind of disappointed that this episode, the Destiny blowing up or being attacked, or Chloe being turned over, or Scott being blown out of the observation room. Overall, it was still a really good episode, and I felt like I sympathized more with Colonel Young, especially after Lieutenant Scott basically talked to him and said that, Rush wouldn't be a good leader because he has no empathy, and Scott wouldn't be a good leader because he can't handle it. And then basically suggesting that, Young was the only one who could really bear the burden of being in charge, and that was the reason why he had to be. And I felt like that really was a good way to explain his character, because personally, if you, at least when you compare him to other SG leaders in the past, Young is totally incompetent. I mean, he's like the worst military commander you can possibly think of. He's prone to violence. He doesn't really he doesn't command respect from the civilians, especially on board the ship. The fact that his subordinates had to show up and say, "Hey, you got to get your shit in line," isn't something that subordinates should have to do in the military. Clearly, this guy is not meant to be a military commander in any sense of the word, and that makes his character, I feel, really unrealistic to Stargate. But overall, I do sympathize with him more than I did before. I've held a hatred for Colonel Young's character pretty much from the first episode. I didn't like him, and this probably isn't going to change my mind, but overall, the episode did a pretty good job of highlighting his character in a way that didn't like immediately make me groan, like, oh, this is going to be another stupid Colonel Young episode. I could care less. So overall, I would rate Trial and Error a solid B+. The fact that the action had no consequence on the story as a whole, other than proving that Colonel Young is just not fit to command the crew on Destiny, prevents this from being a solid A-. So with that, this is the Skiing Guru, and I will see you folks next week.